I remember a time before the cascade dried up. Here in Verda Stello, the four nations of plant and bug people flourished and thrived. But the great waterfall that fed the land slowed to a trickle, revealing a vast salt sea and unknown islands. The only guide were the words of the 13 dried carvings. The water will slow to fall, but the tides are turning. Find the infinite lake to replenish the world and discover the salmon who will grant you a wish of whatever you desire. This marks the beginning of the tide, as many green folk hauled onto ships to find the infinite lake and maybe riches, adventure, excitement, and purpose along the way. And what exactly is a salmon? Is that a berry? That was 50 years ago, and the tide rushes forward ever still. There are many stories caught on the wind between sails, but why don't we hear just one? Of a butterfly gunman with clipped wings, a ripened and explosive piece of produce, and a witch made out of tea. This is Join the Party, Camp-Paign 3, The Rising Tide.
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.
Until the water falls home.
That only began 50 years ago.
Until the water falls home.
We seek the deep lake and a wish-granting salmon.
Until the water falls home.
So hoist up the sails and load up the cannons.
Until the water falls home.
A rush on the tide, sail through the cascade, an adventure ships, a ceaseless parade. I dream of roots buried in the deep below, but we can't well sleep till the water falls home.
Last time on Join the Party.
The night before the great pirate conference where everyone discusses and declares things, the party spreads out to figure out what is going on. Lucky Edie is there, hobnobbing with powerful people, and she lets slip the name The Diamond Knot, a loose affiliation of the four countries of Verda Stello. What they're doing? We gotta find out. Piney, who you might remember as Tessie the Storm's lover / right-hand magician, is there and does not want to talk to anyone. And neither does Archimedes Sevens, but that's because he's really focused on his goals right now, as he usually is. Kid Cervantes is there with the Cloud Key and is brought into the fold about the key mold that the crew recovered when they were privateers. Bad vibes from the key mold. Later that night, when everyone's sleeping, an alarm shatters the quiet. What is happening now? Let's get the party started. The air is silent, only for some parties and French pop music on the air a mile down the coast. And then the crash of a window, the loud of an alarm, and the patter, 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 patter of feet running towards the danger. Folks, we're going to go to initiative in a moment.
Ooh.
But first, it's a surprise.
A surprise?
You bought me a cake?
Because Nani rolled an at 20 for being such a good girl, we have a surprise round for our good friends, Troy, Nani, and Bartlett.
Yay!
Oh, hell yeah.
So for all three of those folks, I need everyone to make a perception check.
Ooh, pretty good, Nani. Pretty good.
8 for Bartlett.
I sure hope Nani's eyes are open because it was a 2 for Troy.
How's it feel to know that Troy had less perceiving than a desiccated pear?
Feels about right.
That makes sense because Bartlett cannot see in the dark as a reanimated dried pear bird. That makes sense.
Passive perception doesn't like trump rolled perception. Right?
No, I feel like this is like an active. Passive perception is like the idea that theoretically you could be more aware than a roll would be. But I think that since this is in a traditional, regular, no changes situation, like you're doing a physics problem, all of your assumptions are regular, but I think that this is irregular, so I'm not going to consider your passive perception.
Was I supposed to exclude friction in my roll, Eric?
Yeah, can you assume that gravity is 9.8? Just that is 9.8 meters per second?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, you fucking sickos. Let's get back to the math I can handle.
Nani rolled a 17 plus 2 for a 19.
That's
Yay.
lovely. All right, Troy, you are charging to the back of the boat. What kind of cool lantern do you have?
Great question.
Yeah, I think Troy has a sort of like lantern on a staff that there's a little hole where he can anchor it when he's on guard duty. But he grabs it up in one hand with his crossbow in the other and runs blindly in the dark toward the back of the ship.
Is it because you let the fireflies that you keep inside of it out so that they could have a chill time too?
Yeah.
Are you also in a dressing gown from the 19th century?
Nah.
Nah.
No, Troy's wearing his regular clothes, but the big floppy hat, though.
Yeah.
Troy, you are charging through darkness, stumbling through the various cabins of the Sea Whip. Bartlett, being a desiccated pear, cannot see that much, but Nani, with her octopus eyes.
She's got 8 of them.
She has 8 octopus eyes, and they're all spark. They're LED lit. That's also
Wait.
what the electricity arm has done.
Do octopi have 8 eyes?
That's
No.
not what the octo's about, y'all.
No, but it was a funny thing
I was
Brandon
very
said.
confused for a second.
Yeah. 8 little iPhone screens. Open up.
She also has dark vision, so that makes sense.
Yeah, that would
Oh,
certainly
yeah.
help, wouldn't it? And Nani saw 3 figures wading into the shallow water where the Sea Whip is docked. They've opened up a chest. I like that Nani is like looking at this through a little porthole. And I think that maybe they reached in into another window and smashed it open when Nani started going, and then have opened up a chest. And a lot of something is floating into this window from this chest. There are 3 figures that Nani can see in the infrared darkness that are doing this.
When you say floating, what is the kind of material, I guess? Like, is it gaseous? Is it liquidy? Is it gel? Like,
It
what
is
are we talking
it is
about?
fairly gaseous. If we're just looking at shadows, it's like floating almost like balloons. A lot of something is coming out of this chest that is floating into the window one by one by one.
Eric, do they happen to look to Nani like the white puffs of flour on a dandelion?
I guess you guys will have to turn on some lights and figure that out, huh?
Nani's got dark vision. What is she seeing?
They're pretty circular. Maybe they look like the little puffs from a dandelion. Maybe
That
yeah.
piece of shit!
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, Nani has... This is a surprise round for Nani, correct?
Yeah, the Nani can do something.
Am I awake enough as Cammy to...
Nuh-uh.
No.
No.
Okay.
Nani has a surprise round. Cammy's doing the real humph shoot.
Okay.
But Nani, you know what Nani can do? She has a fucking electric whip.
She does have an electric whip. That is true. Because it's floating, so I can't do anything fun for water things. Because it would have been fun to, electrify the water as these things are coming in. But I think it's too far down the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nani is in this porthole in the captain's quarters. They have broken these ne'er-do-wells have broken a different window in a different part of the ship.
It's not in the captain's.
It's not in the captain's area, no. They've broken a different window in a different part of the ship and are letting this stuff out. It's almost like it's lower. I imagine Nani looking down on them,
Oh.
seeing this happen. It's kind of like Nani's on the second floor, and they're breaking into a window on the first floor where they're trying to wriggle in without using a ladder.
And they're in the water.
They're in the water, yeah.
Nani's then just going to drop down and is going to electrify the person closest to her with the electric whip.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Like a Pikachu with a grudge.
Hit an underwater creature with this whip, it automatically takes extra 1d6 lightning damage with an attack,
Yeah.
as if you expended a charge. When it happens, you can still spend charges from the whip to deal additional lightning damage. If you do, the other creature other than you within 10 feet of the target must succeed on a DC 13 Constitution saving throw or take lightning damage equal to half the amount that was dealt to the target.
Cool.
So Nani is going to attack the closest person.
Yeah, give me an attack roll.
and is then going to also expend a charge because it's not only underwater, but also is going to be electric.
Yeah, sure. Give me an attack roll.
Nani is going to get a +7. So that's going to be a 17. 10 plus 7.
17, yeah, that hits.
Okay, so I'm going to roll 6d6
Sure.
lightning damage for this first one.
Sure, that
Okay.
sounds neat.
5, 2, 7, 3, 10, 1, 11, 3 is 14, and the last one is 6. So 20 lightning damage.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Hey, Julia, that hurts.
And then everything within 10 feet of that also takes 10 lightning damage.
Cool. Do I do
Jesus
it?
Christ.
Do I do a con? Do I do?
Oh,
a,
yeah,
a
you have to do a
constitution?
con save.
My bird does 1d1 piercing damage.
Yeah.
You didn't get a cool whip for your bird.
Yeah. All right. One of them saves. One of them doesn't. So Nani jumps down, whips one of these intruders, absolutely electrifies them, and the lightning jumps to another one of them. They go. Hey, what's going on? Oh no! Why would this happen to us, intruders?
Meanwhile, Troy is running across the deck toward the back of the boat where Nani is signaling in order to figure out what's going on here. What does he see when he looks over the railing down into the water at porthole level?
With 2, nothing. It's dark. Troy can't see anything. In fact, it's extra dark because you have compound eyes, and you can see darkness in 360 degrees.
Well, he's just going to grab one of the fishing nets from where it's tied up at the back of the boat and throw it over.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Give me a dexterity something with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage.
Because you can't see anything.
All right, well, I rolled a 10 twice.
Well, hold on. Nani just lit that shit up with electricity. I think Troy would be able to see it.
This all happened at the same time. Troy was throwing blind.
That's okay, because I rolled 2 10s in a row, so how's a 12?
12's fine. Neat. You threw a fishing net over the side, and it went splorp.
Okay.
As it
Well,
splashed into the water, maybe something happened.
You caught a tuna.
what's a tuna?
Fair.
Good point.
Good point.
Yeah.
Good point.
Hey, Cammy and Umbi, can you give me constitution checks really quickly?
Absolutely.
Hey, don't worry about it, because I did roll a nat 20.
Yeah.
Nice.
Hey, don't worry about it, because I did get a 6.
Old man sleeping hard.
Old man sleeps hard. Old man sleeps hard.
He
It's my
does.
favorite YouTube video.
Well, Cammy, once again, in the tradition of Julia rolling nat 20s on things that are only marginally matter, Cammy wakes up when the alarm goes off.
Cool. The thing I asked about earlier? Cool.
It's like patter, 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 patter. Cammy's eyes slam open. Like a door like someone threw a door open.
Do I get to take an action then, since I'm wide awake now?
No, but cool, but it was nice that you said that. It was nice that you said that. Hell yeah. All right, some people wake up, some people don't. Cool. Okay. Wonderful. Hey, folks, let's roll for initiative, friends.
Wee.
And guess who gets disadvantage? Umbi does, because he's still asleep.
16 for Troy.
14.
Hey, I rolled 2 12s. Weird. So 15 total.
But Brandon, I just rolled 2 12.
Sure. 15 total.
I'm gonna roll with disadvantage, and I still rolled lower than him.
I know.
God
Umbi's
damn.
still. Umbi's like half awake and still got out of bed before Gammy did.
I got that +0 to initiative, though. That's my problem.
You know how old people are like, or at least this old person is simultaneously a heavy sleeper and a light sleeper? Like
Yeah.
he's 1 foot in the grave, but he could be woken up by like a feather.
Oh, yeah, Brandon didn't roll to see if Umbi died in his sleep. Do we
Oh,
want to
yeah,
resolve
one,
that?
one D100, Brandon.
Yeah.
14.
Still closer to 1 than I'd
Brandon,
like.
you said 1-0, and I'm like, what the fuck?
That's so close. Oh my god.
Christ.
Thank you.
I like genuinely hold my breath for that, Brandon, because like with your luck, you would roll all zeros.
It's okay, Julia, because I know in my heart of hearts, statistically, very unlikely.
Well, lots of things are unlikely.
Hold on, an ambulance just went by right after you said that. And I was like, it's a sign.
That's an omen.
It's a sign. You say that now, but
Great. Lovely. Okay. We're going to start at the top of the order, and something happens off screen, but you hear more patter, 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 patter as that goes on. And now it is Troy's turn again. Something has lit up the night sky, and you hear the smell of roasted produce, I guess.
You said I hear the smell.
Yeah, you hear the crackling, and it gives you
Okay.
a sense memory
Great.
of hearing the smell. Troy has synesthesia. We didn't talk about this.
Oh, cute.
Good save, Eric. Good save. Good save.
Sorry, whose feet are pitter pattering?
We don't know.
Eric.
Pitter patter, slosh, 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 patter.
Troy is looking over the railing, has just thrown a fishing net down there. Now that the night sky was slightly illuminated, does he see any intruders, or are they all inside?
You see them lit up. You see 3 intruders. You're seeing the same thing that Nani saw. You're seeing the 3 intruders opening a chest, and now you're seeing that these things are going one by one in through the window of the Sea Whip. They're floating. They're slightly circular, and they look like little pieces of dandelion.
God damn it. Fucking piece of shit.
They're about the size of a beach ball, each one. And they kind of just like warp into the window. Like they squoosh down and make a little sound and then whoop in through the window.
I'm going to say it.
Adorable.
More like not so rad, Bert.
Troy goes, "You absolute mother," and then pulls out his bomb arrow and shoots it right at the chest.
Yeah.
Nani's there. Nani's right there. No, actually, Nani's 10 feet away from one
No, she's 10
one
feet
guy.
away. She's 10
So-
feet away.
Wait, what is the radius of this bomb?
You can take away the radius of a bomb easily.
Yeah, but we want to hit as many of the other dudes as
And
possible.
Troy doesn't know how to.
just
Troy
the
doesn't
chest.
know how to do that.
Just the chest. Just the chest.
It's on an arrow. What's the radius of a bomb?
The explosive missile specifically says it doesn't have a blast radius.
Oh, okay, great.
So yeah, I don't know.
Oh, it doesn't have blast radius. Look at that. All right, lucky you. All right, you're blown.
Oh,
then
lucky
just
Nani.
lucky Nani. All right, right at the
Right at the chest.
Okay.
That's a 16 to hit.
Okay.
If they're all crowded around the chest. We'll see.
Sure, yeah.
Does that hit?
Yeah.
Great. What's my damage?
Okay. A bomb has been primed and thrown. So primed is 2d10 plus I guess your intelligence modifier or my intelligence
No, I
modifier?
think you made the bomb,
Yours.
so it's your intelligence.
Yeah.
Plus 4. So 2d10 plus 4.
It would be crazy if it was Troy's
Excellent.
intelligence.
2d10 minus 8.
Yeah, right.
Got 'em.
Okay, so that's 11 plus 4, 15.
Plus 1 from our good friend Gloria.
Yep, so that's 16 damage. And Eric, just because I'm feeling fancy,
We love it when Amanda's feeling fancy.
so would you say, so did this arrow hit the chest or did it hit a person holding the chest?
It hit the chest. I don't know if you can limb shot something that doesn't
Yeah,
have
no, I don't
limbs.
think I can limb shot a thing.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Can you limb shot something without limbs? A riddle, a mystery.
Okay. one
If you
second.
cut me, do I not bleed?
You may take your pound of flesh, but remember, I have no flesh, for I'm a chest.
Does this chest have a mouth? Only when open. Only in a riddle.
Okay, yeah, that'll do. So
Cool.
that was my first attack. I'm going to follow it up with a regular arrow to the person closest to me.
Get
Sure.
the one that I totally electrocuted. Let's just
Yeah,
knock
one
of
is
them out.
one is very electrocuted, one's a little electrocuted,
and the third one, not electrocuted at all.
Not at all.
Oh, well, let's go with the Papa Bear here, the one most electrocuted.
Okay, great.
All right, that is a 13 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, great.
These guys are weak.
This is just a regular arrow, so we're going to do a d8 piercing damage plus 1. Okay, so that's 5 to hit. How does he look?
Sploosh. So a body falls in the water.
Dead.
Tight. Dead.
Okay, so you fight. Here's what happens. Troy, you lean over the side, you fire at the chest, and it has a cool controlled blast just surrounding the chest. If anyone was asleep, now you aren't because you hear. It's just a massive fireball goes up into the air, scorching all around, including everyone in the area, because that's a dangerous thing to do, is blow some random things up from a chest. So I'm going to need some Constitution saving throws from Bartlett and Nani and Troy and also some other people.
Ooh, pretty good, Nani. Pretty good. And it's a saving throw?
Yes.
Bartlett's dead.
Sorry, Bartlett.
18 for Nani.
Great.
That's a 4 for the bird.
Okay, great.
Jesus fucking Christ.
An 8 for Troy.
Great. What's Bartlett's HP, Brandon?
Just 1. He's dead.
Oh, Bartlett is glazed. just immediately glazed.
Smells-
Crunchy. Like when you
Smells
leave a
good.
snack in a plastic bag for too long and it crystallizes.
I've never had fried pear,
Sounds good.
but I bet
Sounds
it's good.
Kool-Aid pear. Yeah.
Yeah.
So here's what happens. You hear sploosh as a body falls into the water. Then you hear Brock! And another sploosh.
Sorry, Umbi.
Don't worry, guys. I can always make Bartlett again. It's okay.
No emotional attachment to your bird yet.
But Umbi does wake up with a start and think for a half second, oh, fuck, did I do that? Oh, shit.
I like the idea that Bartlett is made out of the materials that are nearest to you. So this is going to be like a lowland Bartlett. Like he's like the like honeycomb edition.
I love that, yeah.
Oh, God. How much did you roll?
I rolled a 5, a 5, a 5, a 4, and 2 6s.
Jesus.
Holy shit.
Hey. Jesus.
1931, I think?
That is 31 points of fire damage, friends.
That's bad.
Troy, what are you at?
This doesn't count against my evasion because it was a con and not a dex saving throw.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
But you just gotta feel the heat,
Yeah.
feel the rhythm, feel the rhyme. Come on up. A giant fireball happened.
Yeah, I still got 37 HP. That's okay.
Okay, Troy, you got absolutely scorched. Where's Nani at?
Did Nani not pass?
Yeah, it's half, so that's 16.
16. Nani, barely alive.
Barely
Nani have 17?
alive. Just the heat off of this.
Nani's is, what is that? 21
Oh, okay, good.
hit points.
Troy, you also failed? Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll come back to that. Troy, you feel a massive fireball come up. You feel the heat, and then you feel like bing, 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 as something is shooting into your skin as you are leaning over the side.
I look down. Are they cactus needles?
No, they're not cactus needles.
What are they?
Troy stumbles backward.
Yeah. Troy, as you look down, you see that there are small stems of these dandelion pollen. The pollen is growing bigger and bigger and bigger, and almost like expanding out like foam as it is covering your forearms and hands.
Oh, no.
Oh no.
Your whole top half of your body and your forearms are covered in this as it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. But then you hear sploosh, sploosh, as 2 more bodies hit the water.
So that's 3 total, right?
3 total bodies plus a Bartlett.
So they're done then.
Yeah, but the dandelions remain, which is not great.
Yeah.
Umbi, it is your turn. You are fully awake as you were woken up. The only thing that Umbi knows is an alarm clock, which is an explosion.
Fair.
Umbi shoots straight up in bed. He goes, ah! Oh my god! And then he hops out of bed, grabs a lantern with some fireflies in it, grabs a bell, the alarm bell that is on the ship, is in his dressing gown with a hat on, and yells like, the pirates are coming! The pirates are coming!
A giant bell ringing it. Yeah, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I want to try to wake up Havana and Aubergine, Syl, and Harold, make sure they're all at least aware of the situation, and maybe Havana can heal our boy Troy.
This is a great time to do this because, Umbi, you're the one who was pretty hurt before, yeah?
Yeah.
This happened in the middle of the night. I'm going to say if you want to heal yourself, you may do that right now, but you got to do a short rest. I don't know the last time we've done this on this this here program, but you can roll your hit dice up to your level.
Yeah, I think I will do that.
Great.
Because I'm down to 26 out of 57, which is not bad, but...
It's not great
Not
since he
great.
just did 31 damage.
For sure.
All right, so I roll 9d6.
Great.
A lot of 6s. 31,
You're back up to your full HP, I think.
35.
Great.
I want Julia let me fucking roll.
I mean, You could save those though, because if you need to do another short rest, you're using up all of your.
I would say that
yeah.
you committed to rolling all of them, and for this particular situation where you got woken up in the middle of the time,
That's
that
fine.
you
Yeah.
you can max out. You got no more dice more to roll a short rest. But if you got over, yeah, you're back to healed up.
Well, just so everyone out there knows, I did roll like 4 6s.
Hell yeah, dude.
Impressive.
Good
I'm
job.
afraid that's your good luck for the next 2 months.
It is wild that you rolled so well on your hit dice are D6s. Like that's what
Yes.
alchemists are, folks.
No,
like
it's
they're
amazing.
not. Troy as a marksman has D8s. Like it really is pretty wild. Okay, so Umbi, you have a cool scar from getting exploded earlier today, but you are back up to full health. I'm sure Havana also helped you out with that.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you're covered in salves.
Yeah.
Everyone think of your grandpa being slippery right now.
Hey, Brandon, write it down. If somebody tries to grapple you, they have disadvantage because you're slippery. Write it down.
Yep,
Write it down.
I will. Yep.
Okay, cool. So the sounds so far have been electricity crackling, and then as Troy shoots, sploosh, 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 and then the slippery old man, whatever that sounds like to you.
Yeah, the sound of, like in summer when you have to peel yourself off of a leather couch. It's that sound.
Yeah.
Yep,
Gross.
that's it.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
it.
Yeah. All right, so you're just running up and down the cabin. You're waking everybody up.
Yeah, because I can't do anything else right now, right?
Yeah, make a perception check for me.
7.
7.
I don't understand.
Cool.
I just don't understand it.
Umbi, you're running around. You're waking everybody up with a big alarm, and everyone's certainly up for sure.
Great.
Yeah.
So now we have more allies in this fight, and also no one is going to get caught unawares.
Got it. All right, folks, it is now Cammy's turn. Cammy, you are awake. Your eyes have slammed open. You heard it. You have heard all of the sounds I have dictated from the beginning. You heard Nani's alarm, and then everything subsequently is what is going on outside of my door.
Okay, Cammy is going to communicate telepathically with Nani to find out what's going on in detail.
Mm-hmm.
Can Nani just give me a heads up as to what I don't want to use my action to see through Nani's eyes, but can
Got it.
Nani give me a heads up about what's going on?
Yeah, Nani saw this happen. Nani saw the fireball. Nani electrocuted 2 guys out of 3. Then there was a chest where fluff was floating out of it, and then it exploded in a giant fireball, and everyone who was surrounding Nani earlier, +1, has fallen into the water.
Can Nani still see the dandelions either going into the ship or kind of like floating around the ship?
And Nani does not see that, no.
If I were to dismiss Nani, which means I send her into like a harmless little demi-plane or whatever,
Yeah.
is the whip going to fall off of her?
No.
Okay, cool. Oh no, that's an action. I don't want to do that right now. Okay, I'm going to have Nani hide underneath the ship.
Okay.
Just give her a thing where if there's nothing around her for her to attack, go hide underneath the ship.
Sure, for sure.
Because I don't want to get her blown up.
Nani backs away slowly from
Fair.
the wild
Good
stuff
girl,
that
good
just
girl.
happened, for sure.
And I think that Cammy is going to try to get up to the deck as quickly as possible.
Sure. Yeah, you can push past people. Cammy, give me a perception check.
Perception. I'm good at that. How is a 13 plus 3 for a 16?
16. That sounds good. As you were running by, I think that there's like a stair area where you can go up and down. And as you are running up the stairs, there's also stairs that go down into the hold. And Cammy, as you're running up and you peer down the stairs, you see that coming up from below are these floating dandelion pollen that's just slowly loping like beach balls and bouncing up towards the main cabin.
Cool. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to cast Petal Storm.
Okay.
And so a 15-foot cube of air within range, which is 60 feet. A cloud heavily obscures the area. Any creature that enters the storm or starts its turn there must make a strength saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d4 slashing damage. As a bonus action, you can then move the storm 30 feet in any direction. If you pick up debris, the spell damage increases by 2d4.
Okay, you're doing that inside of the ship.
Yes, because I want to push these things out. And I think, Cammie's probably going to reverse and is going to try to, with her movement and also with the bonus action, move the dandelion seeds out of the ship.
Like a plunger in a jello shot, pushing it toward the porthole.
Yep.
A plunger in a jello shot, Amanda?
Brandon, you ever get a jello shot into your mouth through a big syringe? What, with a lady dressed
No!
very skimpy?
Well, you're missing out, Brandon.
If you ever do, you push the plunger of the syringe, and then the stuff gets smooshed closer and closer to where it comes out.
It doesn't have to be a jello shot. That's how a normal syringe works too, but I like where your head's at.
No, it has to be a jello shot because it's a fun syringe then.
Exactly. Thank
No
you.
needles, folks. It's
No
a fun
needles.
syringe.
Just an opening just a little too small for what it's doing.
Or maybe you're putting a little bit of gelée on a very,
Exactly.
very complicated dish. All right, so from Umbi's perspective, Umbi, you're running around ringing this bell, and then just a windstorm picks up inside of the cabin of the ship.
I'm so glad that I'm so sticky because my dressing gown and hat are going to stay right where they are, baby.
Yeah. Because Julia's doing it in the stairwell and then going down into the lower level to
Yes.
push the dandelion stuff away.
For sure, yeah. As the dandelions, they're whipping around you, the wind and the petals are picking up the dandelions and keeping them from continuing to bounce up.
Good. Good job, Julia.
Yeah.
No one's seen any grandpa butt today.
No.
Hello, hello. It's Amanda. First and foremost, come see us on tour, baby. We are starting to make our packing lists and getting all of our ducks in a row to come do the Rolling Bones tour the last week of this month, March, in Seattle, the Twin Cities, Chicago, Boston, DC, Philly, and New York City. Get tickets now at jointhepartypod.com/live. Now, we can only make this show with all of the time and love and energy we do because of your support on Patreon. Whether you follow us for free, which you can do now on Patreon, or give us a monthly or even an annual pledge, you are helping make this show possible. And you also, if you become a patron, get to join the very best place on the internet, our patron-only Discord. We have all kinds of rewards for you, like ad-free episodes, early access to episodes, get them a day early, people, and an additional bi-weekly podcast we make just for our patrons called Party Planning at patreon.com/jointhepartypod. This week in Multitude, we are doing so much fun stuff over on Spirits, a history and comedy podcast that I co-host with Julia about folklore, mythology, and the occult. We just published an episode, one of my very favorite kinds, called Advice from Folklore, where Dr. Moya McTeer joins us to give advice where we channel the gods about the problems that you, real conspirators, have in your lives. It is so much fun. There are over 370-something episodes, and you can start at any point. Just search for something that interests you, or go ahead and marathon the urban legend episodes. Those are a ton of fun at spiritspodcast.com. This episode is sponsored by Solver, a notepad calculator app for Mac and iPad that gives instant answers to calculations in your text. So you've ever been like, oh, what's 3 milliliters in teaspoons? Or what time is it right now in London? Or what's 100 days from now? Or just like pasting in a sentence that involves some math, and you're like, good God, it takes me so many steps to turn these words into numbers. Solver is your solution. It is a better way to work things out than a traditional calculator and much, much more robust, okay? You can mix plain text and numbers. There is good formatting. So if it helps you to make numbers a color and letters a color, that's a thing you can do. You can paste in multiple lines of text and get solutions at every stage. So one thing I do often, for example, when playing Dungeons and Dragons, is paste in all of my dice rolls so that I can see the subtotal climbing as I go. It is so useful. It's so lightweight. You don't have to break out a spreadsheet for fairly complex math with Solver. And you can enjoy a free 30-day, no-commitment trial to discover how it can improve your digital life. Trust me, you are not going to want to go back, okay? And make sure that you use the code Join the Party when you buy the software so they know you came from us. I've used this every day for at least a year and a half, and I am so delighted that we can bring you an ad now. And finally, we are sponsored by Volante Designs. If you are looking for gear that makes you feel just as badass in real life as you do when you get a triple S combo kill in a game, then you gotta go to Volante Design. I know a ton of folks are going to conventions this month, and I'm sure you will find more than one Volante coat or accessory or vest or beautiful duster on the convention floor. They make high-quality handmade jackets and more that bring your main character energy into everyday life. They have official licenses from franchises like Star Trek, Assassin's Creed, and Devil May Cry, and all kinds of incredible cyberpunk and modern ninja stuff. So gorgeous. If you want to feel like a character as you're walking around doing your errands, you gotta check out Volante Design. So go to volantedesign.us and use the code Join the Party for 10% off your entire order. That's Join the Party, all one word, for 10% off. Volante Design, stay badass. And now, let's get back to the show.
Great. It is now something else's turn. All right. I think this is about a time where I have to ask you, where is the key and where is the key mold that you recovered?
Oh. I think both are in the haunted cabin.
Listen, if Troy knows one thing, it's the best place to put anything is inside a barrel. So I think we put both of them inside a barrel filled with something not sexy.
Beans.
Like, beans. Exactly. It's a barrel of dried beans.
Wait, it's in the captain's quarters? There's
Correct.
just a big barrel full
Small
of beans, a beans barrel in the captain's quarters?
Just a little bushel-sized barrel.
Just a little bushel-sized barrel?
Actually, no, big barrel. Big barrel, so
barrel.
it's hard to move. But yes.
Yeah, what's confusing about this, Eric?
Should it be salt?
No, it's beans. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Listen, it was first thought, best thought, but then I was like, well, let's be practical about this.
You're right, Julia, but I think beans are right because they smell a little bit weird because they're a little too old and they are dry and very heavy. This is a huge barrel filled with dried beans, and
Right.
down the bottom of it is hidden the key and the mold.
So inconspicuous, big
Cool.
barrel of beans in the office.
Okay, so I'll give you the key in the barrel. The mold is large. The mold is like the size of a small desk. Because again, you gotta like pour stuff into it. You gotta do, and it would be something that you would see in a blacksmith's shop, right? It has to be big enough to pour molten. And you know how big these keys are? They're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the size of a medium to large size cat.
Like a Maine Coon. I think that it's
Yeah,
still...
Julia. Yeah, of course it's the size of a Maine Coon. Yeah, Julia, you didn't need to say that. We all knew it. We got it.
And furry like one, too.
I think that it's still in the captain's cabin, but we just kind of like threw a decorative rug over it.
100%. Yeah, we put like an old cloak from Aubergine just over it and then like put a couple cushions on top as if it's like a bench.
Yeah.
I think all the furniture in that cabin is like covered in like
Yes.
old decaying sheets because it looks
Tarps.
spookier.
Okay,
Exactly.
great.
And
Cool,
no
cool,
one
cool.
sits in it.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't be obvious from first glance what's what.
Great. I want you all to know it is now the intruder's turn. And 3 of them are fried and for
Dead.
various
Dead.
reasons. But there's still something happening. And I have rolled 2 successful investigation checks,
Damn.
which means that folks have investigated those places, but have not found neither of your stuff.
Okay. Great.
Okay? So that's that.
Wait, I thought you said they were successful.
Maybe he needs like 3 successes to find something.
I have 2 successes at the moment, and that is that.
Got it.
Okay.
Okay?
Good to know. Thank
Okay.
you.
So something is happening as something is going whoop, 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 and pitter, 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 pitter. Okay?
Eric, can I take a little dip in that pool of successes?
Brandon, no, unfortunately.
Damn it!
You needed to have pre-ordered membership 3 months ago.
Damn.
Brandon, it goes fast. If you don't get pool membership by April, what are we doing? What are we doing?
What are we even doing here, Brandon?
What are you doing?
Now, Eric, you may remember that we did a bunch of drills a couple episodes ago with the crew about what to happen in different like emergency scenarios.
Uh-huh.
Would it be fair to say that Harold and Syl have prepared for what to do if somebody attempts to infiltrate and steal some of our precious cargo?
I would assume that they have some sort of drill and procedure, yes.
Okay.
Cool.
Do they have a place in the initiative?
They are in the initiative, and they are doing something, for sure.
Okay.
Why don't we try to just yell? and see what they're up to?
Well, because I feel like what we would have instructed them to do is to like cover any breach that somebody makes into the ship, like try to contain the breach, contain the intruder. So I would imagine that they would perhaps patch the hole out the back of the boat or the broken window so that we can contain and trap whoever is trying to break in.
Interesting idea for sure.
I think it's very possible that they somehow took out Syl and Harold.
Okay.
Based on how Eric is wording it.
I don't know to what you are implying, Julia.
Okay.
Do you bite your thumb at me, sir?
Okay.
And then it is now the Dandelion's turn. What do I have to do to enter the windstorm?
You have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. What am I hitting?
You have to beat my spell save DC of 15.
Oh, I rolled a 15. I rolled a 15.
I don't like that.
Amanda, look, here it is. It is what number is this?
That's a 16.
That's a
is the
16
number.
and minus 1. Minus 1. 15.
Oh, can I can see them though, huh?
Yeah. So that's just so I can enter the space?
No, because they're starting their turn in the windstorm. On a failed save, take 3d4 slashing damage. Bonus action, you can move it. Sucks up additional material. I guess nothing happens.
Okay, they fight
pass.
through it, yeah. Okay, cool.
I will say the cloud is still heavily obscuring the area though.
Oh, yeah, 100% for sure.
Yeah.
Through this pedal storm, Cammy, you see the dandelions bumping and slowly making their way towards you, and one of them sticks on your hand. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
These dandelions are moving in slow motion through this heavily obscured area, and out of nowhere, just slowly boops you on the hand.
And I did roll a 2, so probably not great.
And when you try to shake the dandelion off, you can't. And this big beach ball of a thing starts to expand like foam and just sticks into your hand.
Okay.
Don't like it. Don't like it one bit.
And more are getting closer, Cammy. And they're filling the stairwell coming up from the hold.
Now, Eric, I just have a quick question for you because I noticed you only rolled once for the strength saving throw.
Yeah.
So would like any saving throw be for the collective of these things?
Yeah, they're a swarm. Sure.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Cool. Good
Cool.
to know. Thanks.
We're coming back around. It is now the Dandelion's turn again because they act on both 10 and 20. And I'm going to make another saving throw. That one I got a 9, though. So that brings me down to 8. So now I'm fighting the pedal storm again.
Yeah, because any turn you spend within the pedal storm, you need to re-roll your strength saving throw.
Cool. All right. Well, they failed. So the pedal storm is keeping them from passing Cammy. But Cammy, they are starting to really fill up the entire hallway here in the stairwell.
Okay, and then they also take 11 plus 3, 14 slashing damage.
14 slashing damage. Cammy, make a Constitution saving throw as some of the dandelions get slashed and then poof, out.
16.
16. Cool. You're fine.
Okay, good.
Lovely. All right, Troy, it's your turn. A lot's happening, and you're covered in expanding pollen foam that is overcoming your torso and your arms.
Troy's going to drag himself up, stumble toward the entrance to the cabins, and make his way down the stairwell until he sees another dandelion puff. Are they, at this point, in the main hallway?
No, they are not in the main hallway. You do not see any other ones. You're running through, you're looking around for more of this pollen foam, and you're not seeing any other, but you do see, as you start to head down, you feel the windstorm going inside of the cabin as you see Cammy is holding as many of the puffs back as possible.
Troy's going to shoot a regular arrow at the one on Cammy's hand.
Great.
Trick shot me.
Great. That sounds good. Troy, when you make this roll, subtract 3 from it. It's hard to shoot when you covered in weird foam. Hard to shoot with foam.
It's a 9 to hit.
That does not hit.
Okay, going to use my ricochet here. All right, that's a 14 minus 3 for an 11 plus 4, 15 to hit.
That does hit, yes.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Thank goodness. So they only take half damage, but that's okay. Okay, so 3 in half is that 2 or 1?
That's 1. That's
All right,
1.
so
Okay.
just 1 point of damage to the dandelion puff, but I am going to use a risk die to do a limb shot. So when I hit a creature with a ranged weapon attack, I use a risk die as a bonus action to force it to drop an item of my choice that it is holding.
Okay.
So it needs to make a con saving throw, and if it fails, it drops the object I choose.
And the object
Is
is
it
Cammy?
me? Am I the
object's Cammy?
object?
All right, I'll let you. You don't have. I'm not going to roll for that. That's very smart. That makes sense.
Cute.
Okay.
Wow, I can't believe Amanda thinks that a woman is an object.
Brandon, shut the
You know
fuck
it, Brandon.
up.
Women are my favorite objects.
Women be objects.
Cammy's a non-binary person, so that doesn't work. But the joke still
It's
works.
still funny. That's
I'll
still
allow
very
it.
funny.
I'll allow
That's
it.
still pretty funny.
Yep.
So yeah, you can shoot off the full dandelion that's on Cammy's hand, but the pollen foam still lingers and remains.
That's fine. Just write down that it does take 1 point of damage.
I
so
wrote,
you
I
can
wrote
write
it
that
down. I wrote it down and it dropped Cammy for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to do my second attack then.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot at the next puff I see.
Okay.
'Cause you said there's a few around Cammy, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. All right, 15 minus 3 is a 12, plus 4 is 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, excellent. It's a 1 again. Okay, Eric, that's 2 more points of damage, please.
two more points of damage. Great. That pops. Cammy, make a Constitution saving throw.
God damn it.
18.
One of the poofs pops, and the pollen surrounding it gets caught up in the windstorm and flies away.
Nice.
Okay.
Cool. All right.
Hold on, real quick. Cammy's gonna say to Troy, Troy, I think there's another person still here. I think I can handle this. Find Umbi and go to the cabin.
Now, Julia, can you say it again, but like you're in the movie Twister? Because there is a windstorm happening.
I
right
think
now.
Brandon can just add wind effect over my voice. So that would be fine.
Cammy just totally
Totally
nonplussed.
normal. This is my spell.
This is regular. It's regular. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I got kind of hurt. I'm covered in this stuff. And Troy just gestures at his like face and torso.
Troy scorched, and then on top of it,
Yeah.
foamed and stuck.
Yeah.
I'll heal you before you leave, I guess.
Well, we can deal with that later. I'm worried. Where's everybody?
I don't know. All I know is that Nani saw like people in the water and then they released these things into there. But I think Nani heard like other things. So I think there's like other people here or like another person here.
Okay, you go after the intruders. I'll round everybody up.
And go to the cabin. I'm concerned about the things that we hid in there.
Okay.
Umbi, it's now your turn.
Can you tell me the positions of everyone currently? And Eric, I need you to be so precise.
All right, folks. No one is up on the deck anymore. Everyone is down in the cabins. I think that Cammy has fully taken up the majority of the cabin space and the stairwell, which currently has a windstorm going up that has a 15-foot radius as these dandelions are bearing down on both Cammy and Troy, who are standing near each other in the stairwell. Umbi, you are closer. You are down near the captain's quarters, which is where Nani and Bartlett started out. Them looking out of this window, looking down on the intruders breaking inside. Outside, from the back of the ship, is where all of the bodies are, including a scorched chest.
Okay. So, geography-wise, is the captain's quarter like on the back side of the stairwell, and the Puffs and Julia and Amanda are on the other side of that stairwell? Or like in the stairwell?
Yes.
Please don't blow up our ship.
The stairwell's in the front of the ship.
Okay.
And then you go through the cabin, and then on the back of the ship is the captain's quarters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So if you were looking at it from like a 2D left to right, everyone would be on the left trying to make it to the right, to the captain's quarters?
Yes, and there's a big windstorm that is consuming quite a lot of this. You have not seen Havana, you have not seen Aubergine, you have not seen Sailor Herald. Is it because there's a windstorm happening and they're not going outside? I don't know.
I don't
if
think
you don't
so.
know where you don't know where they are.
Eric, would you say that investigation checks require sight?
Depends what you're looking for. Depends what you're looking at.
Would you say that the dandelions, if and when they get into the captain's quarters looking for this key or whatever, would that require sight?
But they require sight. You don't know enough about these things to know if they use sight as their sense to look for stuff. But it's an interesting question.
If they don't have sight, it might hamper them.
I think also that there is something or someone that has a much more tangible form than these dandelion seeds, because
Patter,
we
patter,
heard
patter,
the pitter-patter of feet.
Brandon, can you make things real sticky?
Well, Amanda, I am trying to decide between various stickies.
Okay.
Love when we have multiple sticky options, you know?
He's a sticky boy, Umbi. Everyone knows that. I think you should do the thing that you think is best because there's a lot of information that you don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is my 5,000 foot view on this situation. And I'll let you make a check, but like you probably can
In
only
addition
do
to
one.
an action?
Yeah, but you can probably only do one.
I want to know if these dandelions use sight or like touch or what their main sense is.
Yeah, you take out your bestiary, that would be Arcana.
Arcana?
Umbi goes into his mind palace, pulls the weird plant beasts book off of the shelf.
I had a coffer like that once.
He's young in his head. He's like, let me get this book.
Oh, I'm here too, Havana. Where did you come from? Hello, this is me, Havana, Umbi's best friend. We're both young and strapping here inside of your mind palace. This book is under a cloche, and you take it off.
Eric, I got a 17 plus 8 for a 25.
25.
Jesus.
Wonderful. Yeah, you've probably seen some weird stuff before that don't necessarily have eyes, huh? So when you're talking about animated pollen like this, they go off of sound and reverberations. They feel the way through spaces. They behave almost like a liquid where they fill spaces, but also, and then they're attracted towards something that makes a sound because now they know they go to that's where they know some stuff is happening.
Eric's been reading about plants again. Damn it.
Damn it.
If I can make a DM tip for everyone, make sure you're the only one in your party who knows how to read.
Well, we already established that Brandon knows.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Yeah,
I
and
don't know
Julie
how
and
to
Amanda
read.
have been faking it for so long.
I'm
Scandal.
really good at that.
A scandalo.
Why was my first thought fill the entire boat with sawdust?
God damn it, Amanda. You only have so many handfuls in your pocket.
One, Julie, I'm down to one. It's on my character sheet.
You haven't restocked your handfuls of sawdust?
There hasn't been a long rest.
At the hold. At the hold.
No, I didn't. I did not.
God damn it. Because these things fucking fly and don't use sight, I have so few things that I can do to stop these guys.
Why? I'm so sorry. Why is no one going to the cabin to investigate?
I know that I'm doing a good job because Julia's pissed that she can't be 4 people in a party. That's how I know I'm doing a
I
good
know.
job.
But yeah, Brandon, go in there. check it out,
Julia's running
you know.
4 characters at the same time, like me playing Sentinels on the Multiverse by myself.
Brandon, even if you move into the cabin and hold your action or prepare an action, I'd rather you be in the room with the keys and the mold.
That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you can decide your action once you're in there and see what the dealio is.
Right.
Folks, I've been using Julia's emotions as a test for my DMing for a very long time. Everyone knows this.
It's true.
Okay, so here's the thought, right? So I'm definitely going to go into the cabin, Eric. I'm going to, one, just make sure that nothing is, obviously, without an ability check, passive perception, just check that nothing's obviously obscure.
Yeah, you throw the door open, slam it behind you like you're closing the front door in a storm outside. The wind closes it behind you. You look around. The window is broken, which Nani did, and everything smells a little bit. I thought it was cooler if Nani broke the window. Is that okay, Julia?
That's fine. I didn't picture that in my brain, but now I'm just picturing a octopus blasting through glass window, and that's pretty funny.
Everything smells smoky and a little bit charred.
Oh, Umbi's favorite smell.
And with all of the weird sheets that you've thrown on over everything, like a house that no one's been in 60 years, that people make abandoned building TikToks about, everything is still and quiet. Like the beginning of this night with French pop music on the air, the action movie sounds are almost like they're happening in a different place.
Great. That's actually helpful, the window thing. Is there only the door and then one broken window? That's the only entrance, obvious entrance to this area?
Correct.
Okay. What I would like to do, Eric, is use 2 of my reagent dice, if you'll allow this, to have a sovereign glue potion.
Yeah. We can make some sticky stuff for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does this Jaeger bomb look like?
Oh, good question.
What shot are you putting into another shot? Are you just like combining 2 sticky things together that make an extra sticky thing?
Yeah, he takes some of the salve that Havana has concocted and mixes it with some powders as sort of like a, you know, when you get an epoxy and you sort of like mix the 2 bits together in order to get it to stick. It's like that. So he has the 2 things, and then he smashes them together in order to get it to start to activate.
Love it.
And I'm gonna take a sort of bet here that these floating guys are going to try to float in via the window.
Okay.
So I'm going to start covering that window with some sovereign glue.
The broken window?
The broken window.
Cool. Okay.
And then I'm going to move back behind the door and sort of, I know not literally ready in action, but get ready
Just
to...
wait back there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
for
wait
sure.
there.
For sure. I like it.
And just to ask, the quote-unquote bench is still there, correct? In the room?
The mold.
The mold?
The mold that is disguised as a bench.
Yeah, those are in there. Yeah, for sure.
And the barrel of beans still intact.
Yes. No, that's all there.
Okay.
That is all
Barrel
there.
beans
All right.
not cracked open.
Wonderful. It is now Cammy's turn.
Do you need healing, Amanda?
Now I'm fine. 37.
Okay.
Do you want to keep the storm going?
Yes, I'm keeping the storm going. I have concentration on the storm.
Great. So the dandelions in the center of in the eye of the storm, as your leaves and limbs are fluttering about, the dandelions are bearing down on you. They are like on top of you. They're occupying nearly the same square. If we were looking at this like a grid.
Can I ask a somewhat shenanigans question?
Sure. Why not, dog? Why not?
So, Candy Blast. It is a spell attack. On a hit, the target takes 1d8 bludgeoning damage, and the space it is standing in, up to a 5-foot square, becomes difficult terrain until the creature uses an action to gather up the fallen candy.
It's not standing. It's floating above it.
Right, I understand that.
Okay.
It's a blast.
Okay.
Candy is sticky. Difficult terrain. Can I blast some of these things out of the air and like stick them to the wall?
Like a nerd rope.
A nerd rope.
Yeah, you can do that for sure.
Okay.
I think it would just slow them down, though. I don't know that it would actually, like, stop them.
Yeah,
fine.
and like you also don't know how many there are. It's,
It's a cantrip, so I'm not like really losing anything by doing that.
yeah, exactly.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the bonus action to move the storm further away from me so that it'll hopefully drag more of these creatures with it.
Sure.
Can you make another strength saving throw to see if they are dragged along with it?
I would love to.
Great.
I rolled a 6, so yes, they are.
Great. I'll roll their damage when it's their turn.
Okay.
Because adding debris to the storm increases damage, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, more of these things are in the storm for sure.
Yeah, it's 5d4 damage right now.
Mhm.
And then I would like to candy blast a group, like a 5-foot group worth of spores
Sure.
into like the far wall away from me.
Sure.
I'm going to roll for that. A 9 plus 8 for a 17?
That hits.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay, great. And so they're also going to take 2d8 bludgeoning damage while I'm at it.
Great.
Nice.
4, 8.
Great.
So 12.
And why don't you roll the petal storm damage?
Oh, yes, I will do that.
Yeah.
2. 2 is 4. 4 is 8. Another 4 is 12. And another 2 is 14.
Wonderful. All right, Cammy, I want you to make 2 Constitution saving throws because
Fair.
you popped a bunch of them. I would be advantaged because there are more of this pollen in the storm, but because you stuck some of them to the wall, that kind of negates it. But there is more. I want you to know that now that you have whipped and moving it, and if you were still inside of the storm, the pollen has advantage on you.
Gotcha. I rolled a 13 and a 19.
Great. Cammy, so you have more pollen stuck into you on your other arm as more of it kind of goes and then starts to expand. The foam expands.
Cammy goes, annoying. Just so you know, annoying.
Annoying.
You're like talking to your arm.
Great. I want everyone at the table to know it is now the intruder's turn. I have 3 successes. Where is everybody? So Cammy's in the storm, Troy is in the stairwell, and Umbi is at the door.
Behind the door.
In the
Behind
captain's
the door
quarters.
in the captain's quarters. Umbi, make a perception check for me with disadvantage.
This thing's fucking invisible or something.
Oh, it's invisible.
That's what I was thinking since the beginning.
Radbert is fucking incorporeal.
I got a 15 and a 1.
God fucking damn it, Brandon.
Umbi, your heart is pumping in your ears. You are ready to jump out and get into that door. If anyone crosses the threshold, they're messing with the 2-time strongman champion of 1904 in Overstock.
Goddamn right.
And you're too concentrated on that, and you don't understand anything around you.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But the window's covered,
It's not coming through the window.
and Cammy's in the hallway, so he's not getting out.
It's coming through the wide-ass open door.
Now, I will also tell you that as we cut to outside of the Sea Whip, where we started this episode, with the French pop music on the wind, and after all of the series of sounds that have happened inside, you hear, "Oh no, my friends, why did we do this?" Splash, 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 splash. In the shadow of the moonlight, someone is running away from the Sea Whip. You are out of initiative. Cammy is maintaining the storm. Cammy is containing the dandelion pollen, but you got to do this for another 5 minutes. It just continues. Cammy, as you move forward, you see that the dandelions have filled the entire hold, and you got to keep pushing it back out slowly as you hear whoomp, whoomp, as they're being put. Some of them are being destroyed. Some of them are being pushed back out of the porthole that was broken through in the first place. And it takes a little while. It's a lot of slow movement if you try to push it away.
Can I ask,
Yeah.
my fellow players, how much do we hate Radbert?
A lot.
1,000%.
Eric,
Mhm.
I asked you a question earlier about if I did something to one of these dandelions, would it impact all of the dandelions?
Yeah, they're part of a swarm. Yeah.
Would it also impact Radbert as a character?
There are assumptions going on that make me unable to answer this question that you don't know the answer to.
Okay. Rather, not specifying that it's Radbert, if I were to cast a spell on one of these individuals, like the one that is attached to my arm or my hand or whatever, would that impact the creature that these things are a part of or that these things make up?
When you're considering this thing, they are part of the whole of the swarm that is in this area.
But not the creature that may or may not have sent them.
This wouldn't affect the chest that it comes out of. You don't know where they came from. You're not exactly sure.
Okay, then I'm not going to do the thing because why waste it?
So it takes 5 minutes or so for Cammy to do this.
Yeah.
But it doesn't take that long for Umbi to turn around because he's out of initiative and I can do whatever he wants to look and double check the barrel and the mold here while he's in there.
Yeah, I would say with your nat 1 of perception, I would say Umbi does not know the fight's over. But you can definitely look around in the captain's quarters for sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm going to open up the barrel and see if the key's in there and pull the thing off of the mold and make sure it's still there.
The key is there, and so is the mold.
Okay, that's good to know. Great.
Something.
Untouched. Seems untouched. No one messed around in there.
Should I do an investigation check on the key and or mold to make
Yeah,
sure
if you
it's
wanna.
not
Yeah.
a forgery?
Yeah.
Bite it, old man, like a coin.
I'm going to bite it like a fucking coin, baby. 14.
Seems like no one's messed around with this stuff. Seems like no one's touched it.
Okay.
As you were pushing it out, Cammy, give me 2 more Constitution checks with disadvantage, please.
Sure. And I have something I would like to do when we're done with this.
Sure.
13, 10, 18. So 10s all around.
10s all around. Cammy, you got 2 more stuck on your bod. You are all foamed up. Even worse than Troy. You got more foam all over your body than Troy. You're all foam. You're like someone pulled the sprinkler, but instead of sprinkler, it's foam, and the whole room is foam now. But
Darn it.
your body is the room. Your body's a wonderland, but it's covered in foam.
Can I get them off?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could try.
I would like to try.
Sure. As Cammy, these start to pop in the storm, as now you see that you have pushed all of them finally get them all out of the hold, and you are just covered in this foam all over your hands, some on your legs, and some in your hair. It's gross.
Cool. Can I cast some cantrips on these things to get them, just get rid of them?
Make a medicine check or a Karna check.
Havana can give you a help action too.
Yeah.
Wherever the fuck he is.
17?
Yeah, you haven't seen Havana. And you still haven't seen Aubergine or Syl or Harold. With a 17, yeah, you can use some magic to try to get some of it out of your hair.
Yeah, well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use minor lifesteal on all of these.
Hey.
Which I can do necrotic damage and then gain temporary HP equal to the damage that's dealt.
Sweet. Yeah, for
And I'm
sure.
just going to do that until they run
Die.
out.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, yeah, and you get a lot of the foam. You get the foam down, but still some of it is the little stems are still stuck into you. But you got the majority out of your hair, which is good. And Cammy, you have -3 to physical rolls, as does Troy for now.
That's fine. I already have shitty negatives to those rolls anyway.
As the dandelions are pushed out and Cammy is full of foam, you hear...
The fuck?
I'm going to go find it. Let me guess, it's Havana.
Yeah, Havana's underneath a sheet and is all tied up and has a big black eye.
I untie him. I take whatever cover is off of his mouth and I say, "Hey, what's up? Who did this to you?"
Oh, hey, what's up?
He sounds like a doctor man now, remember?
Well, no, not when I'm all hurt and...
Not when he's scared.
Not when I'm scared. I mean, oh, thank you so much for finding me, Cammy. I fought off the intruders as best as I can, but they got the jump on me. It's my fault for studying books so loudly and obviously in the hold.
All right, buddy. Who were they, though?
I was knocked out very quickly. They got the
So
jump
you
on
didn't even
me.
see them?
No, someone stuck up behind me and got me.
That's fine. That's fine. I have other ways of getting information.
Okay. I mean, I'm not lying. I'm very embarrassed. If I had things to say, I would tell you.
I know, buddy. I know. Eric, what I would like to do, just to wrap things up
Sure.
here, is Cammy's going to go outside, probably ask Troy to come with her, and is going to find one of the bodies that Nani dropped.
Cool. Yeah, on your way out, Umbi's still guarding the captain's quarters. On your way out, you go up onto the deck, and as you look, and you can look over the back of the boat and see everything. You see the bodies. You see that there is a dandelion that is caught under a fishing net.
The single dandelion. Good job, Troy.
One single dandelion caught under a fishing net. See, I didn't forget.
Nailed
I
it.
remembered our anniversary.
It's Bastille Day. Come on.
You also see that Syl is on their, what could be considered their knees, pulling foam out of Harold, who, if you remember, has covered the entire boat and is trying to get some of this stuff. As you can see now in some light, you see that Harold is covered in this foam and also scorched.
Yikes.
And Syl is like, I got it. I'm working on it. It's fine. We're gonna fix it. It's gonna be fine. I'm working on it. Havana showed me what to do. I'm working on it. I can do it. It's fine. It's fine. Harold, don't worry. It's fine. I'm working on it. It's fine.
And Harold is crying out in pain, panicking loudly. What does Harold say?
Yeah, which I just didn't feel like acting out. Yes, Brandon.
Okay.
Yes, you're right. You sound design that. Put that sound design in, please.
Muffled.
Okay.
Muffled.
Yeah, a muffled crying, a muffled weeping, please.
Aw, same.
As you are up there.
Well, Cammy is going to take a quick sip of tea that she's made herself in the time being and just be like, okay, I don't really enjoy doing this, but we could just do it. And then is going to bodily lift up this corpse by the shirt.
Which, how electrified of the corpse? Which one? All of them are scorched, but some of them also you could see still is sparking with electricity.
I guess not that one then.
Papa, Mama, or Baby Bear?
I don't know. The one that looks the least damaged. I know
Baby
they
bear.
look all damaged, but
Sure.
Baby bear.
is going to pick that up by the shirt and is going to breathe steam into his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And is going to cast Speak with Dead.
Nice. Neat. In your hands, Cammy, is a caramelized onion of an intruder
Yep.
that you now breathe life back into them. They go, no, this was such a bad day.
Yeah, and it's about to get a little bit worse. I've got some questions for you.
I'll sing you a song that all green folk know.
Until